Hello everyone, and now welcome to game 2 in the series between Apollo's Ball and IM's Ian here on Star Station. Ball spawning as the blue Terran on the bottom right hand side of the map, Ian spawning as the red Zerg. Game 1 in the series, very much back and forth as both sides winning engagements and losing engagements, all the while both of them trying to one-up each other. Ball able to finally come out with the victory there. Now Ball hoping to make it a straight 2-0 day and walking home with 3 points as opposed to just settling for 1. Ian, on the other hand, hoping to get on the board and at least come home with 1 point as opposed to a big fat 0. Ian now making his way down with this Overlord to the bottom left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Ball on the bottom right-hand side of the map. I do believe that, yes, it is forced cross spawns only, and Ian has redirected his Overlord to reflect that. This Overlord, however, should be making I guess it's technically a left turn compared to what direction the Overlord is facing, and then come down over here, keep track of this Vespene Geyser to figure out when that gas is finally taken. Alright, Ian, apparently expecting some sort of proxy 2-racks play, hasn't spotted it, and now will be going for that hatchery first. Meanwhile, Ball looking to go for a command center first once more, and that is rather gutsy. Command center first versus hatchery first, especially not knowing what your opponent is doing on a map as large as this. We could have seen some sort of crazy 10-pool play action, and then a Ball would be dealing with a lot of Zerglings in just a few moments. Instead, he will have enough time to essentially secure his wall off and maybe even secure this low ground choke area with a bunker of his own. Now, what are the general strategies? What are we going to be seeing from these players? Now, Star Station is one of those maps where I don't think that Zerg players generally like it. This third base here is rather exposed for your third base option, and it's also rather close to this base as well. Normally, Zerg players like to double expand for their third base, and they like it when the bases are rather far apart from each other. If they're far apart from each other, that means that even if your opponent is able to take down one, you generally have enough time to help defend and secure the other one, giving you an overall economic advantage and really helping you out in terms of macro play. Coming back around, we can see that the refinery is currently down. Still nothing happening here at the natural expansion as an Overlord now looking to get into position and scout out how much gas Ball currently has. Ball now wandering around with this SCV. Will be able to get to the bottom right here in just a second. Zerglings, however, look to put a rain on his parade, and it looks like it will put a rain on that parade. Oh, enough Marines just coming over to really cover that SCV there. SCV heads home and will be able to continue to mine more minerals and really pay for itself. Meanwhile, Ball is looking to now go into reactor Hellions. Let's see the liftoff here in just a moment. Yeah, liftoff there in just a moment. There we go. Factory now landing itself down. We are going into double Hellions, reactor Hellions. And Ian sitting on 46 over 52 compared to Ball's 33 over 38. I am still curious as to what each player's real true intention and plan is. Drones now making their way down as well. Ian should have a nice economic advantage ever so slightly. Yes, or I thought he did. Yes, it is a little bit more gas, even though it is a little bit less minerals. And now Ball, with only 2 mules instead of the 3 he had moments ago, should have that number continue to fall. What is happening here? Third hatchery now coming into play. Ian establishing this base well before that 7-minute mark, so it will be a fairly fast 3 bases, as the queens are already in position to continue to lay down creep tumors. Already with 3 creep tumors on the field, 4 and 5 could be coming in just a second. Creep tumors now being placed down, and this is all rather important. What will be the plan of attack or strategy next? Is the Hellions now simply trying to walk in here? There's a very narrow spot, and Ball was just simply had an invitation into the base to take down drones. All right, though. However, the Hellions were not engaging against the drones. Do not ask me why. It looked like it was rather silly, just running and fleeing with next to so many other units as more and more drones are getting taken out. Total worker count is only 6, though, at the cost of 4 Hellions. Not that great of an efficient trade, but still good enough. Still good enough for now. Ian now looking to establish up his 3rd base here, transferring from drones over 9 drones, 10 drones total to be exact. Meanwhile, we also see a new hatchery come in at the 12 o'clock position by Ian, and Ian really hoping to turn this game into a long economic game. Meanwhile, back here we can see that there is already a 3rd orbital command by Ball. Ball looking to lift off and land this orbital command here in just a moment, but will it really matter? We can see also 3 creep tumors already being placed down. More creep tumors off over here. We could see another play here in just a second, as the creep tumors are slowly spreading themselves out and giving map advantage and map awareness to anyone who really wants it. All right, are those creep tumors going to perhaps jump down here? I do believe that could happen. As we already see the creep tumors now making their way over. All right, so let's see. Going to be splitting off the far side here. Still not anything going on there. You can see Roach is trying to hold the Zelnaga Tower, doing the best impersonation of being smart at the Zelnaga Tower, just not close enough to actually use that tower. Overlord is in position here. You can see 2 bases with the 3rd one just now starting to be saturated, and bunkers are being placed down. Ian sitting at 102 supply, a Ball sitting at 89 over 89, waiting for what will be unfolding next here, as more supply depots and bunkers are added to reinforce this base. Taking a look, there's not really much to talk about. Both sides just trying to get the right composition of units. This is what I call normally tunnel vision for most of the Protoss players out there. They have such a definitive strategy and plan that they seem to ignore all things. You can see that so far they are completely focused on their macro and completely ignoring the building of any units. Army counts, it is what, 80 workers compared to 47 supply, 66 workers compared to 61. Much higher, or the ratio is much higher for Ian, obviously, but Ian really needs to translate this into something. Otherwise, he's gonna be very, very hurt. He can't afford to just train up Zerglings, Roaches, and Banelings. He needs higher tech units, and if he does go for Mutalisks, he needs to be very efficient with them. Here comes the attack. Widow Mines are burrowing themselves. It looks as though... well, yeah, that is like a 3-second burrow, as now more attacks now coming in. All right, what's going to be happening here? Zerglings are trying to get a good surround. Will be able to do exactly that. Banelings and Zerglings getting popped left and right. And this was a rather easy play for Ian to clean up, as Ball simply walked into this trap. Zerglings, Banelings now looking to remass up and regather. Meanwhile, down over here at the 3 o'clock position, SCV still ready to go. Widow Mines quickly trying to burrow. And are they going to be able to burrow in time? Yes, they do. And the Widow Mines are going to get off some key detonations there, as we now see some creep tumors getting destroyed by Ball. Ball finding a lot of Zerglings in the earlier fight. Now going to force another engagement here. Banelings rolling their way in, taking down many of the Marines, and now forcing them to back off again, as Ian sitting at 154 supply. Another medevac now taken down. Ian now looking extremely strong here, but he is only running He is running on 4 bases, and Ball, you saw what happened in the previous game. He can fight his way back into sticky situations. He just doesn't have that all-important 6th geyser yet, so he's not going to really be able to train up that many Mutalisks unless he saves up for quite some time. Banelings looking to find some targets. All right, there's a couple key hits again. More key hits again as the Overseer now being brought over to try and finish the last of those Widow Mines. Let's come back over. We can see that there are Marauders and Marines. Are they going to be able to make it back in time? It looks as though some of them will be able to make it back in time. Others, however, not so lucky, as we already have, I believe, one Raven taken out already. All right, Mutalisk now looking to come in. Medevacs now being forced to retreat. You can see that the bunker is in position to try and force all those units back. Ian, however, sitting on such a large supply advantage, may simply be able to attack move and overwhelm Apollo. Massive number of roaches now looking to come in. Zerglings now coming in as well. What's going to be happening here? Is it going to be enough units? Is that a lot of roaches? No, only 4 roaches, a lot of Zerglings. And where are these Zerglings going to be trying to attack? Level 1 flyer upgrades on armor coming in. 2-2 upgrades about to be completed, which is potentially huge, as the Marines and the Marauders are now looking to back off. Oh, this could be bad. This could be a 2-2 versus 2-2 fight here. And yes, it is going to be exactly that. More than enough to deal with the Marines, who were so cocky just moments ago. You can also see 3-3 upgrades about to come in. We already have level 1 Carapace upgrades on the air, but the front door has been broken. The Banelings almost splashing and taking down so many workers in just a short amount of time. More workers are falling, as you can see that the Zerglings still trying to catch up to those SCVs. All right, Overseer gonna get shot down there. There it goes. And there is the GG. Ball unable to hold on to the victory for a 2-0, instead splitting the series at 1 game apiece. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.